Hello everybody, it's Ruby, and today I have my foundation slash face makeup routine. I know a while ago I did a contouring and highlighting routine, but I wanted to do a foundation routine where I show you guys everything I do face makeup wise besides eyes and lips. So this takes you through my foundation, my concealer, my powder, my contouring, my highlight, my blush, and I do my brows off camera, but I guess it still counts because they're done. I think on the days that you don't want to wear a full face of makeup, a put together foundation routine is all you need. So here I show you my simple way on how I achieve this look. It's very appropriate for summer in the sense that it is very dewy and simple, but also kind of put together, and there are some matte areas on the face. I really like to focus on having an overall matte face, but also having some dewy areas on the high points of your cheeks and stuff like that for highlighting purposes. But you can also use this all year round. I feel like it's a really universal foundation routine. If you guys want to see how I achieve this look, then just keep on watching. Okay, so we are obviously starting off with the bare face right now. The only thing that I have on right now is just some chapstick because I like to put on a really heavy duty chapstick while I'm doing my foundation and face makeup. That way by the time I get to my lips, it is kind of already settled in and they are nice and moisturized. So I always like to start off my makeup routine with a foundation primer, especially if I know I'm going to be wearing my makeup all day. And today I have a really busy day. I have a meeting and then I have to go see my sister in one of her dance recitals, so it's a really busy day. So I'm going to start off with my foundation primer. This is the Laura Mercier foundation primer in Radiance. I really like the finish that this gives my skin, so I'm just going to kind of put this all over my face and then blend it in with this e.l.f. small stippling brush. This is a brush you're going to see a lot in this video. It's one of my favorites to use. So I'm just going to go right in with this product and then we'll move on to the next step. Now on to foundation. This is the Maybelline Dream Velvet Soft Matte Hydrating Foundation. I am in number 20, but as I get tanner this summer, I'll probably have to switch colors. But this is my favorite foundation. So I'm just going to dot this all over my face, and then I'm going to go back in with that small stippling brush. I'm just going to apply it all over my face. If you guys haven't already noticed, when I go in with this brush, I don't necessarily do the proper stippling method all the way over my face. I kind of do like to do it in little tiny strokes, and I feel like this brush is really good for that, especially because it is so small. It doesn't leave any big streak lines or anything. Just make sure that you blend it in. Also, I'm going to blend it into my neck because we cannot forget about that. And then we're just going to move on to concealer. Now I'm going to take my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in number 20. This is my favorite concealer. I think I've used it literally for 3 years now. And I'm just going to put this underneath my eyes on any problem areas. I know I have a tiny little pimple here, one on my chin. And I'm just going to place a little bit on my nose because my nose usually gets, it's the reddest part of my face. Next, moving right along to powder, I'm going to be using my Maybelline Fit Me powder. I use this in every makeup tutorial. It's seriously the best. And then this Essence of Beauty powder brush. It's really big, it's super soft. Love the way it applies. I'm going to put this powder all over my face except for the under eye area, and I will show you why in a minute. But for now, we're just going to start with using this powder. Now as far as under eye powder goes, I like to use a brightening eye powder, especially in the summertime, So I am going to be going in actually with this Wet n Wild contouring palette. This one is in Caramel Toffee, and I'm going to be using this like banana powder that it comes with, and I'm going to be using this to set my eyes just because, or my under eyes, because I feel like it's really brightening and I like the way it looks. And the brush that I use to apply the powder underneath the eyes, which I know it's not really supposed to be used for this, but I really like the way it works, is this Coastal Scents, like kind of fluffy like concealer brush, but I really like it because it's small, so it gets right in there and you can really pack the powder in, and I just really like the way it applies. Moving right along to contouring, blush, and highlight. For my contour slash bronzing, my routine has definitely changed a little bit. It kind of depends on the day whether or not I want to use a matte bronzer slash light contouring powder, or if I want to use something shimmery. Today I'm going to go with matte just because it goes with like the overall makeup that I'm going to be doing today. This is my Wet n Wild contouring palette in Dulce de Leche. It's the lighter of the two that I own. I'm going to be taking that matte contouring shade in the Duo palette. It just kind of looks like this. The brush that I use is actually a little bit like weird. It doesn't really seem like the brush would work for this purpose, but I love it. This is the Kat Von D foundation brush. I love this for foundation, but recently I've been really into like my stippling brushes and stuff. So I really like this because it's small, but it's still really fluffy and not too dense, so it doesn't give you like this harsh contour line. But I like to just lightly tap it into the contour palette, and then I'm just gonna contour my cheeks, do a little bit on my temples, and then underneath my jawline just a little bit to kind of warm up the face. Not necessarily for contouring purposes because I don't really feel like I have to contour anything. I have very like strong cheekbones and a jawline, but I just like to do it for a little bit of definition and to also just like warm up the face. So we're gonna do that right now. The main thing is just to make sure that your contour isn't too harsh. So I just really like a nice kind of clean look. Moving on to the blush. My blush color kind of depends on the day, but today I'm going to be using this Wet n Wild ombre blush in the color in a purple haze. This blush has been like my new favorite. It's this stunning ombre blush. It goes from like a pink to a purple. This gives the prettiest natural glow. It's more pink than purple. It has the beautiful like little shimmery specks in it that I just love. I'm going to be applying it with this Coastal Scents blush and bronzer brush. But what's funny is I don't really like this for bronzer, so I just really do use it as a blush brush because I like it. It fits on the apples of my cheeks perfectly. So I'm just going to sweep my brush through this and then just apply it to the apples of my cheeks. As far as highlighting goes, my fan brush that I usually use for highlighting recently broke, so I'm waiting for a new one to come in the mail. But what I love using for now as like a makeshift highlighting brush is this e.l.f. Flawless Concealer Brush. I like it because it's really fluffy, so it gives a nice light application of whatever highlight you choose to use. And then as far as the actual highlighting color goes, I'm going to be using this e.l.f. highlighting palette or illuminating palette. I recently purchased this and I absolutely love it. So I'm going to be mixing these two right colors. One is kind of like a neutral highlighting color and the other one's a lot more peachy and warm, and I find that mixing those two gives the most beautiful like summer highlight color. You're not going to be able to see it very well on camera, but that highlight combination gives the most beautiful subtle glow. Usually for like my everyday makeup, I'm not into like the super ultra like noticeable highlight, so this is like the perfect amount for me. Now the last step is I'm going to do my brows. I'm actually going to do these off camera because I've already done an eyebrow routine. It hasn't really changed much. If it ever changes, I will do an updated one, but since it hasn't, I'm just going to do it off camera really quickly. Okay everybody, the brows are done and that completes my foundation and face makeup routine. I'm gonna be honest, on the days that I really don't want to wear like a lot of heavy eye makeup or do anything uber crazy, this is usually what I do, especially like for days at school where I want to look a little bit more put together but I don't have time to do a full face of makeup. It really is quick and very, very simple. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If it helped you, please let me know. Please subscribe, help me get to 1,000, it would mean the world to me. Follow me on all my social media networks. Links are always in the down bar below. And I will talk to you all in my next video. Okay, bye guys!